Begin your mission of mercy at once.
Hey guys! Hello, gorgeous. Time for another Mercy mission, part 4 of the 80's Toy Museum Virtual Tour. In part 3, we looked at Strut A of my department store shelf setup, which started with my G.I. Joe Ground Forces collection.
What a revolting display!
So, we'll begin the Strut B tour with their ruthless counterpart, Cobra. Most of the figures on this shelf are modern version because, like the Joes, I prefer the look of these figures with the vehicles.
Picky.
I do have a sentimental spot for the vintage Joes, but not for the Cobras, and I haven't bothered tracking down many of the vintage Cobras, since we all know
Your sentimental expedition could jeopardize their action.
there's a mix of Cobra and all of its subdivisions. There's some classic Cobra troopers and a Cobra officer,
Nobody gets by us without righteous ID.
along with my original mail-away hooded Cobra commander.
I am the Supreme Commander of Cobra. You may bow if you wish.
The first figure I ever received in the mail. The first of many.
Cobra!
There's the Crimson Twins riding a ferret,
Brother, now that we are reunited, we cannot fail.
and a group of their Crimson Guardsmen. The Cobra Emperor, Serpentor,
Annihilate the Joes. This I command.
on his air chariot held up by a custom flight stand, which I did a video on a while ago.
What poppycock is this?
It's one of the later, weirder vehicles, the Cobra Pogo, with battle armor Cobra Commander inside, and my original version standing beside it. Definitely not as cool a ride as the air chariot, Despoiler, or this thing, the Cobra Dictator with Overlord. Sure are a lot of commanders on this shelf. I wonder if Cobra Commander's okay with sharing power.
Out of the question.
There's a squad of bats,
Battle android troopers! Forward and destroy!
a Cobra Imp, some snake armor, the Stinger hauling an asp, the Mass Device, which I did a video on a while ago,
Mass is ready.
still works. 4, count 'em, 4 Hiss tanks from different eras. These tanks spent more time going in reverse than they did forward on the show.
Retreat!
Some more vintage figures,
I like that.
the Cobra Wolf that I took out for a spin last winter. Okay, we got it, your Cobra. And an adder and the Cobra Stun.
Why is Cobra Commander using stuns? They're fast, but they don't have the armor or the punch of the old Hiss tanks.
The Cobras share the shelf with some allies in the back.
No! I won't accept this!
Sorry, Commander, but if anyone needs help, it's you.
Boulder Dash!
Watch your language. They may not be very intelligent, but they're great at mayhem, the Dreadnoks.
We ain't intelligent, eh?
We'll show you who's intelligent, we will!
And a couple Dreadnought vehicles, the Thunder Machine. You're actually a Dreadnought, Thrasher. Dreadnought Cycle, the Swamp Fire,
Very deadly.
and Zanzibar's Air Skiff. And beside that is one of my favorites from the later years of G.I. Joe. Destro decided to stop serving as Cobra Commander's underling and start his own army, the Iron Grenadiers.
No!
I love how color coordinated Destro's army was. Black, red, and gold.
Perfect.
There's a pair of demons, the AGP, a Dominator, and Destro's Despoiler, along with 2 battalions of Iron Grenadiers. Like the Joe shelf, the Cobra shelf has a mini raised shelf in the back to hold some air support.
Without air support, the ground troops will have to retreat.
I got news for you, Major Blood. Even with air support, they'll retreat.
They made fools of us all on national TV!
The Cobras can get to the chopper in the Mamba and the Fang. A pair of Cobra rattlers.
Cobra leader to G.I. Joe. Land your plane or face the consequences.
And trouble bubbles. Cobra! Okay, that's starting to get annoying.
Cobra!
Seriously.
Oh, Cobra!
Well, geez. At least the others put some heart into it.
And there were some other aircraft in the area. We couldn't identify them.
I can. We've got the Fang 2 and the most gorgeous Cobra jet ever made, the Night Raven.
Now it's time for a Stratoviper's Guide to Landing the hard way.
And like the Joe shelf has some Arctic forces underneath, the Cobra forces have some aquatic forces underneath this shelf.
Enjoy yourselves on the surface, Joes!
There's Copperhead with a water moccasin.
Well, well. It looks like what we got here is a couple of GI jungle rats.
A night landing boat, hydro sled with some eels, and the Sea Ray. Being bad never looked so good. I think Cobra Commander put it best when he said,
They simply don't make terrorists like they used to.
yeah, these guys never actually killed anyone. Well, at least not on the cartoon.
Bah! All exaggerations and minor incidents.
Who knows where Cobra will strike next?
The next target is Tokyo.
Well, now you know. One shelf up is another one of my favorite obscure lines from the 80s.
Oh boy. Playtime.
Mattel's Bravestarr. The cartoon, made by Filmation, who also made He-Man and She-Ra, was one of my favorites when I was growing up, and had some powerful moral lessons, even deeper than He-Man.
That even when we're frightened, really frightened, if we reach deep down inside ourselves, we will find we have the courage to do whatever we have to.
It wasn't just about good guys fighting bad guys. It was about doing the right thing.
If someone you admire does something bad, like take drugs or steal or hurt someone, well, this doesn't mean you should do it too.
And how sometimes the right thing wasn't always the easy way.
It might not be the easiest way, but in the long run, it's the best. It's called the honest way.
Being a big Western and sci-fi fan, Bravestarr was right up my alley. It takes place in the future on the planet New Texas, when settlers are overrun by the outlaw Tex Hex and his gang.
Mayday! Mayday! I need an army of marshals here!
One galactic marshal is sent to keep the peace, and he was enough. With the eyes of the hawk, ears of the wolf, strength of the bear, and speed of the puma, Marshal Bravestarr and his trusty equestroid steed 3030 kept the peace while delivering powerful messages about integrity. And who could forget the episode titled The Price, where a kid overdoses and dies on a drug called Spin. There's no last minute saving the day, just a crying mother in the end and a mistake that can never be unmade. Just learned from. If you've got kids and you worry about what kind of shows they're growing up on, I'd recommend picking up the amazing Bravestarr DVD releases from a few years back. You won't have to worry about your kids spending 22 minutes with the Marshal. They'll probably learn a valuable lesson that will resonate with them for years to come.
It means it's not fair to judge somebody until you go through the same things as he does.
I see.
As you grow older, there will be many times when you must remember this saying.
Even Bravestarr himself is a symbol of harmony. He's a native and a cowboy. How's that for putting a blaster bolt into stereotypes?
I don't know if my stomach can take much more of this cutesy talk.
Okay, let's get to the toys.
Good idea, Big Pard.
It was like a bear-sized version of Masters of the Universe.
Strength of the bear!
figures are much taller and have more articulation, cool accessories, and some have play features too. The trouble is, like Masters of the Universe, the plastic on them is breaking down a lot quicker than Kenner or Hasbro plastic is breaking down.
Besides, we like trouble.
This is a complete collection, and then some. Since there was only one line of Bravestarr toys before it was cancelled, I've picked up a few duplicates to fill out the shelf. We've got everybody's favorite Sweetwater slinger, the Bartender Handlebar, giving Colonel Beaurobot a ride.
Here you go.
And there's the Strata Coach. Bravestarr on his horse 3030.
Why, you got nerve.
Deputy Fuzz.
Oh, Buzz, fix him good.
No one messes with my little buddy Fuzz and gets away with it.
With a prairie rocket filled with Carium, the glowing red crystal that provides power on New Texas.
Whoever controls Carium has power over the whole galaxy.
And there's New Texas's answer to Skeletor, the evil Tex Hex.
Here you got a big Carium deposit, so why don't you just hand it over?
And his gang.
And I'd like all of you to meet a few of my deputies.
The Locksmith, Thunderstick.
You got the key, Thunderstick?
Sure do.
The guy who gets sand everywhere, Sandstorm.
Let's see you dodge this, Bravestarr.
And one of the reasons I never started smoking, the disgusting Scuzz.
There's one bad thing I do that I hate, and that's smoke. Now this here's a cigar. It stinks. Even Tex Hex don't like it. It ain't no fun, and it makes me sick. Yeah, one day it might even kill me. I wish I could quit, but it's hard once you've started. Best thing is not to start, or you might end up like me.
There's another Tex with a Skullwalker in upright position. And another Skullwalker in Landspeeder configuration.
It's Tex Hex, all right.
In behind are some life-sized neutralizers. Bravestarr and Tex with laser fire backpacks.
It's Bravestarr again!
And Fort Carium.
Let's close up the town.
Which is made up of 3 components: the jail,
And I'm gonna put that gang of yours behind bars.
Bravestarr's office, and the bank.
That's Thunderstick. He's at the bank. Come on, big partner.
And there's another 3030 in biped mode. Ready to unleash Sarah Jane's fury.
Meet my friend, Sarah Jane.
Careful where you point that toy!
And another Bravestarr doing what he does best, taking it easy. And way in the back is one of many original Bravestarr animation cells I own from the original Filmation archives. Plus some boxes of the vehicles. And some very nice boxed Tex Hex, Bravestarr, and 3030 figures.
I'm sure you want to keep it nice.
I never got the chance to own any of these when I was a kid, because they were more expensive than most other toys, because of the size. So it was a thrill to hunt down each of these pieces and build this collection from scratch. They may not be the most detailed toys of the 80s or have the coolest play features, but they represent something that's very near and dear to my heart. The protector of peace, mystic man from afar, champion of justice, Marshal Bravestarr is one of my all-time favorite heroes, and the definition of what I think it means to be a man.
Sure hope you got this all figured out.
Nope.
I was afraid of that.
And yeah, I love me some 30-30 as well. When talking softly and having a great deal of empathy doesn't work, then sometimes you gotta stand up straight and grit your teeth because you got some stomping to do!
I got some stomping to do!
Like in Humanoids, this is a line I'll definitely be revisiting with an in-depth series. But for now, that's all the time we have today for the 80s Toy Museum virtual tour.
Then go in peace, my son.
Be sure to tune in next time for the exciting conclusion of Strut B, featuring Silverhawks, Thundercats, Mask, WWF Superstars, and Star Wars. Share if you liked the video, leave a Cobra or Bravestarr memory below, and to join the tribe, hit subscribe. Nerdmaste, partner.